we've got Rod on the line. See how easy it is to interrupt me? Hello, Rod. Welcome to the David Carrier Show.
Thanks, Dave. I hate to interrupt you. You're on a roll there, buddy.
Nah, it's all
You're
right.
making my blood pressure just go through the roof. So, but thanks for taking my call.
Sure,
I'll
you
try to
bet.
keep it short and simple. I'm an older guy, retired, single, no kids. I have a will, and I'm going to leave everything to the church. But I have a friend who, a longtime friend, and I have a couple of CDs in a local bank, and I put his name on the CDs as a beneficiary. He's divorced and has children, adult children. He's an older fellow too.
Right.
Well, what happens when I die and say he dies a little bit before me and I don't get around to the bank to change my beneficiary?
Right. So here's
What
why.
happens to that money?
So here's why you should be doing a trust with us.
Okay.
This kind of planning that I keep talking about, because you're not dead yet. Okay. And the fact that you've got, let's say it's $50,000, okay, in a house, 50,000 in a house. Let's just say that that's all you've got. That's what you've got.
Yeah, that's it.
And when you don't need it anymore, when your friend doesn't need it anymore, then fine, we'll give it to the church. I'm good with that, right? But you need care in the meantime. By the time you're in your 80s, 60s and 70s, the percentage of folks needing care goes up and up. But by the time you make it to the 80s, man, it's through the roof. It's like everybody. So how are we going to pay for that? And the answer is Medicaid. Just like Social Security pays your pension and Medicare pays for your hips and your knees and whatever else you need, right? Medicaid pays for the long-term care. The difference is that if you just go along with the Medicaid rules, they'll strip you naked. Okay, they will take all your stuff first. Well, I don't want that. Okay, I would like to be able, if I'm in a skilled nursing facility or assisted living, what have you, it's always nice to have a little scratch. It's always nice to have a little extra money to buy the extras, like more than one shower a week. That I don't want any roommates. Okay, that's $1,000 a month, probably $1,500 now. But anyway, I don't want any roommates. Fine, Medicaid will pay the base rate, and you can pay the additional from your savings, but not if you don't have any savings. And the way you've got it set up right now, you won't. Okay, so what we would do is a trust that money comes off the table for Rod's Medicaid. Okay, so that somebody who likes you is still in charge of this money and can pay for your extras. That's step one. Step two, when it goes to a contemporary, a friend of yours, right? Well, he's in the same boat you are. So what if you die, you leave the CD's beneficiary designation, which is why we hate beneficiary designation, but you leave a beneficiary designation to that guy, and now he's in skilled care. Well, boom, just give the money to the nursing home, I guess. Whereas you could create a trust in your trust. It doesn't cost you any extra, so that the money that you left for your buddy there is going to be used to improve his quality of life. Now, he can take it out if he wants to. You die and he just wants to go to Vegas on the money. There's a way for that to happen. That's no problem. Fine. But if we can reasonably anticipate that 80% of folks in their 80s are going to be needing care, right? Then wouldn't it be nice to have, several $1,000s from my buddy Rod to make sure that I get a shower every other day instead of every week if they remember.
Sure.
Okay, that's the idea. Now, if now I'm going to answer your question because I didn't forget.
I see your point. It makes perfect sense. You got to, you're right. But okay.
But if he dies first, let's say your situation, what does that guy know anyway? So you just want to answer to your question. If he dies first, then, and there is no other beneficiary on the account, then it goes into probate and then it gets dealt with according to the will. Okay.
Okay.
So that's how that works.
He has no like rights of survivorship. His kids don't get it or something.
Oh, no.
If their name is not on it.
No,
Okay.
no. And
Yeah,
what I was
that's kinda what I was
describing,
wondering. Yeah.
what I was describing too is
Yeah.
it's held for his benefit, but if he dies before the money's all gone, then it goes to the church or the charity or whomever you wanted it to go to.
Sure.
Okay, so you haven't
Right.
you,
Right.
you got to layer these things in there. You want your what's my primary goal? My money gets used for me. Okay, let's do that. And if I'm not around to use it, then I want it to go to my buddy. Fine, let's do that. Well, what if he's not around? What's the next and the next? And you
Sure.
don't have
Yeah.
to leave anything to chance. That's the important point. Okay. When we think these things through, you can be very confident that what you want is what's going to happen. Whereas if you just kind of leave things out there, well, maybe this one gets it, maybe that one gets it. Now we're in probate court. Who the hell knows?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. Gotcha. Okay. Well, thank you so much. That answered my question. Plus, giving me some more things to think about. So thank you very much.
Hey, you're very
Get
welcome.
back on